Hello everyone and welcome back to Sports Today. It is Qualifier 2 day and today we finally get to know the second finalist of IPL 2024. Remember, Kolkata Knight Riders already sealed their spot with a pretty big win in Qualifier 1. Now we'll get to know between the Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Rajasthan Royals which of the two teams lucky enough to get to the final. And the news we have from the centre, Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and surprise surprise chosen to bowl first.
And no changes.
Again, no surprise.
I mean, if you look at it, this team with their bowling, with all their brilliance in the eliminator, managed to scrape through. And SRH, on the other hand, they're reeling off a terrible loss that they had against Kolkata Knight Riders. And in Chepauk, in different conditions altogether, slightly cloudy, on a rather tacky pitch, it's going to be a pretty decent game if I have to look.
Do we know for sure if it's a tacky pitch?
It is kind of a tacky pitch. Looking at the toss, when they kind of gave a close-up of the pitch, didn't look all that conducive to stroke making in that sense.
You think Tata picked up the phone and called up the curator?
No, I'm not saying that. But then see, Ashwin has a fantastic record at this venue.
Yeah.
50 wickets he has at Chepauk. So I think he takes the pitch out of the equation.
Plus, if it is a tacky pitch, it's going to suit Rajasthan Royals more.
Yes.
Because for two reasons. One, SRH's strength is batting, so big scoring games tend to suit them. Rajasthan can make do with a low scoring encounter. Two, Rajasthan have the better spinners than Sunrisers Hyderabad. Sunrisers Hyderabad haven't had a great time this entire season. They're spinners. So on both counts, if it indeed is a tacky, Chepauk, spin-friendly pitch, then I think at the moment Rajasthan Royals are going to be very happy. And lest we forget, they've also won the toss. In which case, when they're batting second, if it is to get slightly better with the dew on, that also works in their favour. So all in all, at the moment, if it is indeed that kind of a pitch and toss in mind, slight advantage to Rajasthan Royals, but it may still even out the contest, because I was looking at the bookmakers odds before this and so just to get an idea of who starts the favourite, because I could not really make up my mind as to which team start the favourite, and they had given that edge to Sunrisers Hyderabad at 58%.
Yeah.
So 58% to Sunrisers Hyderabad, 42 to Rajasthan Royals. That told me that Sunrisers started the contest as the favourite. Having said that, now with the toss, and if it is that sort of a pitch, then it again becomes 50-50 for me.
It is 50-50, but looking at it, I had put RR at a slight advantage for one reason: better bowling attack, especially the spin bowling lineup. You look at Sunrisers, it's credit I think to the batters and to Pat Cummins' captaincy that somehow they have managed to come through to Qualifier 2, because they don't have a spin bowling lineup to speak about. Markanday was tried, but then he got tonged. Shahbaz has also gotten tonged. Maybe a Vijay-Kant, Vyas-Kant, but we don't know. Too inexperienced.
Yeah, and so far hasn't really lit the stage on fire in the limited appearances that he's had.
Yeah.
And the other reason why I thought RR was slight favourites, not by much, is because when it comes to balanced sides, they're far more balanced. With SRH, there's really just one dimension about them, and it's a great one dimension. But as KKR proved in the last game, neutralize that, and the rest of them are struggling.
Yeah, and for
Get the openers early, and you're as half the job done.
Yeah, and for me, I think what's going to be the most important moment of this game, or the talking points, I would say, going ahead, would be the first 6 overs here. Because if SRH lose 3 or 4 in the opening power play, or in the mandatory power play, as they say, I think it will be pretty much the game for RR.
But interestingly, that's exactly what happened to SRH last game, where they lost their openers. Yet I think they were in a position they could have got a big total.
When Rahul Tripathi was going.
Yes. So that surprised me. Actually, even I used to think pretty much on the same lines that, Sunrisers Hyderabad get their openers out and they're done. But what they showed last game, you get their openers out, yet they can give you a competitive total. Again, a few other things went against them, which is not going to happen every time.
Yeah.
So even if the openers go out, they still have something to offer in terms of batting. So the batting is strong, but I agree that the bowling is that one area which they haven't done well. I think the one reason that most people had given SRH that slight edge, a couple of reasons behind that, and whether that plays out today or not. One, they had that extra couple of days rest, which makes a huge difference. That, secondly, when you play a very high pressure encounter, now the next match you are unable to give that top level performance. Look at what happened to RCB.
Yeah.
They must have put their best against CSK in that game, which they did, but it takes a toll on you and your performance dips ever so slightly in the next game, and RR made full use of it. Now RR have given their absolute best in the last game, winning against RCB. Can they replicate that now? That intensity to maintain for 2 matches in a row is not easy. That's one reason why most people may have picked SRH. The other, I think, could be the fact that overall, as records suggest, teams that finish in the top 2 statistically go through to the qualifier. It's 9-4.
Yeah.
9 times the team that has been in the top 2 has won the eliminator number 2, won the qualifier number 2. And made it to the final. So, which is the top 2 team? SRH. Bottom 2 have only made it 4 times. So again, it's a clear cut. 2:1, slightly more than 2:1 sort of a ratio, which is going in SRH's favor. I think these factors is the one why the bookmakers and everyone else, I think, put SRH slightly ahead.
I know, but today looking at it, they don't have a proper spinner. Sunrisers Hyderabad. I just had a look at the squad, also the side. That's why RR on these particular, and they've got the local knowledge also in Ravichandran Ashwin. That is the 2 reasons why when I said, and he's also recovered from full fitness. Although there was a bug sweeping around the RR camp, many people were feeling slightly under the weather, but the doctors have done well to ensure that all are fit.
Yeah, Ashwin would have got them homemade curd rice, something.
Yeah,
Helps, na?
Totally.
How about spicy rasam?
That doesn't help.
Rasam, no. When you're down with a bug, if it's a stomach
Rasam
bug,
is good for sore throat.
Okay. But I think, switching back to SRH's playing 11, I think there are 3 things to be talked about. One is obviously the comeback of Aiden Markram. I think they'll probably be using him as an all-rounder also, as a spinning all-rounder.
Yeah.
The number 2, I think they have Unatkat also back, because they're probably expecting the pitch to be on the slower side, so his slower bouncers would be key. And I think from the impact subs, I think Mayank Markande could be the one to probably come in for a batter, maybe for Travis Head or
See, Sanveer was a break glass in case of emergency. Same is what I'll say for a Shabazz, because again he does give you a bit of batting. I think most likely it will be a Mayank Markande coming in second innings. Of course, if they find that there's no assistance to spinners, you could very well get an Umran.
I guess they have not gone with Umran at all.
No, last game Cummins did admit that Umran was their first choice impact sub. It's just they had to bring in Sanveer because they lost 1 too many wickets.
Yeah, but on this pitch, would you go?
I'm saying, assuming. We don't know. It looks tacky.
But I agree, the changes that they made is a clear cut. And Markram coming in is not because they had a batting collapse. I think it's primarily because of his bowling as well.
Off spin,
And the fact that they've got an Unatkat, it tells you how they're reading the pitch, and it tells you that it's going to be a tacky pitch in Chennai. Also, because see, now the pitch is baked for the entire summer. It's getting hot everywhere in the country. So entire freshness that you saw in a few games to begin with in the IPL season, where there were high scoring encounters in Chennai, that's gone out of the window. You're not going to get that. But both teams, I don't know whether, as we said, Rajasthan happier of the 2 teams on a tacky pitch, but both teams fared very, very badly this season of the IPL when they played at Chepauk. Both had underwhelming performances. 134 for SRH, 141 for Rajasthan.
Yeah.
Both teams just failed to deal with the slow pitch at Chennai. I mean, the home team dealt with it very well. They won both games. So Chennai beat Sunrisers in Chepauk. Chennai beat Rajasthan Royals in Chepauk.
In fact, all the 3 teams, even Kolkata Knight Riders, their worst performance came in Chepauk.
Yeah, but that also on a pitch that was very two-paced, because it changed tack completely in the second innings.
Yeah.
So with
happened today.
With RR, the thing was that for them really the pitch stayed slow. I remember that match; it stayed slow, and even their spinners couldn't really extract all that much. Of course, CSK had the advantage of knowing it was a low total, so they could kind of knock the ball around and they'd still get there.
Same with SRH. I mean, you've seen with both KKR and SRH, if they get off to a bad start, they just crumble.
Yeah.
Same, look at KKR, that one loss, what happened? Salt got out cheaply. Narayan couldn't get going.
But there have been many games where one or the 2 of them haven't fired and you've still ended up winning.
That's why. Bad start, but then at least one of them carried it.
No, am I?
The Eden game.
Not just the Eden game.
Wankhede.
The Wankhede game.
Salt play a good cameo at that time, at Wankhede.
Sort got early, so did Narayan.
Okay, let's take a look at the Rajasthan Royals 11 as well. Go ahead.
Pretty much the same. I think there have been no changes.
Yeah, there's
And,
no changes for
once
RR.
again, I think Shimron Hetmeyer is expected to be the impact sub unless there is some swing and they decide to bring in Nandre Berger.
But
Well,
Nandre Berger, they're bowling.
let's go through their team.
Yeah, so it is Yashasvi Jaiswal, Tom Collar, Cadmore. Although both have not set the IPL on fire yet. Sanju Samson, hope he learns his lesson from the brain fade that he had in the eliminator.
Yeah.
Riyan Parag, hope he learns from that horrible shot that he played.
Yes.
Dhruv Jurel had a terrible.
Hope he doesn't hesitate while taking the double.
And dropping a catch. He dropped the catch of DK.
And Rovman
No,
Powell.
no.
That was.
He dropped a catch of.
Who? Dhruv Jurel.
Dhruv Jurel.
He dropped the catch of Rajat Patidar.
Rajat Patidar.
Patidar.
Patidar. He dropped Patidar.
And let's
Rovman Powell, the Iceman.
He hope finishes the game again.
Yeah. Ravichandran Ashwin, local boy, the X factor. Then Trent Bolt, outstanding in that game. He was the one who set it up for them.
Could
Avesh,
very well have been the man of the match.
Yeah.
He went to
Yeah.
Ashwin, which is also
Yeah.
good.
Avesh Khan, superb death bowling exhibition. 14 runs for 2 overs, 14, 3 wickets. Sandeep Sharma has very fond memories of Chepauk. And UC Chahal.
The 200 wicket man.
And
So
got
far.
Virat Kohli last game.
Yeah. Although he got that 1 wicket, but then I think his economy has been on the high side this IPL as compared to previous editions.
Yes, 100%.
But today's pitch might help him.
It will.
It might help
will,
them,
it
yeah.
will. Which is why my favorites in this game are RR because of the team that they've got.
So Rajasthan then, because they're going to be bowling first, it'll be a batting sub that they most likely will make
Yes.
going forward. And,
Mostly Hetmeyer.
Yeah, it has to be Hetmeyer.
Yeah.
Can't be anyone else. Would you trust a Donovan Ferreira in this match?
Nah,
in the
nah,
game?
nah,
Not a
Has to be
chance.
Hetmeyer.
Has to be Hetmeyer.
Yeah.
And again, for him also you can say, hopefully he does not play.
That
rash
bad
shot.
shot.
Bad shot.
It was a terrible shot, but okay, good catch from Duplessis though.
Yeah, very good catch.
Very good catch.
But I think looking at RR's bowling lineup, that's where I think SRH probably having a good start would be key, because if their openers fail, then once again there is going to be some pressure on the other batters and they might just miss out on the important runs that would be key for
And
them.
actually, if you're looking at this is a game that, if you ask me, is going to be determined in the middle overs,
Yeah.
because RR have the second best economy in
Yes.
terms of bowling in the middle overs, and the team with the worst economy, SRH.
SRH.
Yeah.
Their lack of spinners is never more evident than in that particular stat.
Today I think Abhishek might bowl a few overs too.
Possible.
He should.
He should.
I mean,
He
last
should.
game they impact subbed him out.
Yeah. And they gave Travis Head. Very surprising. And
Shreyas Iyer says thank you.
today, yet again, he might face a kryptonite in left arm because Trent Bolt to Travis Head.
Trent Bolt, if he can get that outswinger.
Yeah. First ball duck, Arshdeep got him in Uppal.
Silver.
Second ball duck, Stark got him.
Bronze duck loading.
Bronze duck loading. Could be. Could be.
Okay, let's have a prediction. We'll go to the questions next, but prediction in terms of winner and why. Not score, winner and why.
Winner, I think RR actually do have a slight advantage. Again, because the only reason I say this is because more often than not, once you reach the playoffs, it's always the teams that are more balanced that tend to be better. And RR do have a much better balance. That's not taking anything away from SRH. I think they've had a phenomenal season. Dare I say they've even overachieved with Cummins' captaincy, the openers being the way they are, Klaassen being Klaassen, all of that. But there are weak points there which I've seen ample times. And with RR, I don't really see those weaknesses. So I think RR have a slight edge.
Okay.
I would say I agree with Shane. RR are the favourites for me in this game because much more balanced. Bowling looks in much better shape when you look at the pace bowling and the spin bowling.
Yeah.
Plus, if you look at it, if Yashasvi or Tom Collar Cadmore fall cheaply, then I think you have Riyan Parag, Sanju Samson who can balance it out and help them get back on track.
Exactly.
I think with Sunrisers, once the Travishek Jodi goes,
What is that?
Travishek.
That's what they've been dubbed by the broadcasters.
Yeah.
Travishek.
The Travishek Jodi. I don't think they can bounce back. See, I know that Cummins played a good knock in qualifier 1, but then
Yes.
it was just dealing the inevitable.
30 of 24, we're calling a
Still,
good knock.
Rahul Tripathi played a
Rahul Tripathi, but that, see, they didn't help themselves with those shoddy runouts. I
Yes.
mean, that was there. So, I would expect Tripathi and Nitish Reddy to have a big role today.
Yeah,
Because
and-
those two need to fire. And otherwise, it's clear cut RR 3-zip in all the factors, batting, bowling and the depth.
Same for me. I think there is nothing much to add here because I think Shane and
Does
Siddharth
he
have
know
covered
a
pretty
reference
much
to
points.
MS Dhoni.
MS Dhoni, he doesn't know the reference.
I'm sure you'd remember the tweet.
But yeah, I think if there is one thing that where RR obviously hold the advantage over SRH, it's their spin department. Yeah,
No
those
two ways
8
about
overs
it.
might just be crucial.
Okay, I'll make it 4 out of 4 because I was going with Rajasthan to begin with, even before the toss and to make it to the final. And today, because they won the toss and because the conditions on offer today are going to be suiting RR more than Sunrisers Hyderabad, so I'm giving them the slight edge. Because otherwise, looking at all factors, their performances at Chepauk, past performances, overall head-to-head, everything you look at, there's absolutely nothing to choose from between these two teams. They're so evenly matched. Very close call. The only reason I'm giving Rajasthan the edge is one toss that they won and the condition and the pitch that has been given for this encounter. Put that together, I'm giving RR slight edge. So it's 4-0, 4-0.
Zip.
But to be fair, I wasn't there for the second qualifier. Was that was for the eliminator?
Eliminator,
rather.
yeah.
Was that also 4-zip or
No.
No.
That was split 2-2.
2-2.
because I remember qualifier 1 was also like 4-zip, or did Harshad bag SRH?
I think Harshad might have, yeah. Yeah, here this is 4-zip. I think we had the first clean sweep in the playoff at this point.
Okay, let's take a few questions then.
So, wow, KKR RR final. If it continues in this.
It's a final. There will be a first time final. It's never happened before. These teams haven't faced off against each other in a final.
Yeah.
Wow.
Vijeta says that VK has gotten 850s and 1 ton so far in ICC semi-finals and finals. Listed out all of them as well.
Yeah.
Point well taken.
Point well taken, but this was only relating to the IPL because it is an IPL. We have not said anything about his. He had a course correction in the ODI World Cup. That century and that 50 course corrected a lot of things. T20 World Cups, he's been a beast. That his entire team let him down.
Yeah.
14, 16, 22, the bowling let him
No, I mean 22 also. He was probably the only one who stepped up at the bat.
No, you say Hardik stepped up.
Yeah,
Hardik
Hardik, yeah,
of 40.
Surya Kumar also, I think he did
Sky.
well
No,
throughout
Sky
the
only
tournament.
in that one game.
Yeah,
Hardik-
Sky had South Africa.
South Africa, yeah. Okay.
Okay, Daniel M from Australia says maybe VK out of RCB like LeBron out of Cleveland.
That's interesting because LeBron did leave Cleveland to win his first NBA, but then also went back to Cleveland to win another one.
So Daniel, in case you didn't join us for our dugout this evening, the video is already up. We spent about 50 minutes talking about Virat Kohli and RCB partnership. Is it coming to an end based on what two former cricketers have said? And both have given different reasons, completely the opposite. So do check that out. We did that a short while ago. Ashish Dhar is also talking about the same subject, saying Virat is the soul of RCB. Raidu still hurt at his omission, which is also something that we
Valid
touched
point.
upon. Yeah, in that video. So do check it out in detail. Okay, this time we are focusing on the game then.
Yeah.
So,
The Observer says people need something to worship. If not God, then sportsmen.
But you
This is a
know,
very philosophical thought. Where does this come from? Let's spend some time talking about it. It's a beautiful thought.
I mean, yeah, I've seen fan worship for sports people be almost at idolatry level. So it's interesting.
I mean, I don't know if I come across as an atheist, but I wouldn't worship sportsmen, but I do look at sports people for inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God I've never met or had a one-on-one interaction with.
I know.
So,
Unless you're Sachin, who is called God.
yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I have had interaction.
We both, yes. We both
And he's
have.
inspired us too. Yeah, so I
course.
stand corrected. God is also.
It is. And unless if you want to meet Dada is also God of the offside. So, why not? So yes, we have had two gods then.
okay, Crick Watch Delhi says at the rate GG.
Yeah, because he's actually replying to what
What
GG
okay,
says.
says something else.
Yeah, that's there. It's right there. He says that RR winning the IPL. Gautam Gambhir is the next coach. Sanju Samson next India captain.
India will dominate again.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
GG, that's
See, RR winning
GTK for
IPL,
Indian coach.
I can still agree. But GG next coach, Sanju next, he's not even guaranteed a spot in the 11 right now. Sanju next captain, kahan se? From where?
I think he probably read Harbhajan Singh's comments.
No,
Yeah.
but GGK, since you're new here, let me tell you, he's our resident Sanju Samson superfan.
Okay.
Big time.
Okay.
Big time.
Yeah.
The only player he loves almost as much, Rohit Sharma.
Rohit Sharma.
Okay, I'm going back to the observer's comment. Was he hinting at we're talking about Virat Kohli today? And
Quite possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the love that people have. Well, I mean, I kind of overall agree that sometime that fandom has been taken to another level.
Yeah.
Specifically in our country.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's true because I recently saw some post on some fan page where they're like, I have not seen God, but I've seen Sanju Samson bat, and I'm like, that's a take and a half.
All of this.
I mean,
by the way, I do not even like that title given to Sachin Tendulkar.
God.
Yeah,
The God.
I know.
Or offside.
God of hope.
No, maybe if there's one country that comes close to worshipping their sports personalities as gods, Argentina. They may have a
Brazil
church.
too.
They will be like that
Yeah.
for they will
Everyone.
Be, Italians will have everyone.
There's a
That's
church
okay.
dedicated to Maradona.
Not a fan of it. Observer also pointed something about your T-shirt, Siddharth, but I just want to let Observer know. He thinks that Observer said that is your first girlfriend gifted you. That's why you wear it every day. I want to correct you. He has multiple yellow T-shirts.
Yes.
So you're actually thinking he's wearing the same. That's not.
That
He has
camera,
a whole wardrobe full of yellow T-shirts.
Yes, multiple yellow t-shirts gifted by may I had multiple girlfriends.
Yeah. I expected that comment from you.
No, I didn't know. I haven't known.
Oh, Sid, why are you silent?
You know, I told you yesterday, I respect your opinions.
No way, Sid. No
Okay,
way. I'm
Brick
not
Watch
falling for
Delhi has, I think, comment for Nikhil that Nikhil, sir, why can't people understand all players
Behind the scenes.
are friends but allow fan wars because it drives engagement for them and helps them get better
Yeah,
sponsors.
they're playing the game.
No. I do not agree that they drive this. By the way,
Yeah.
First thing, you're absolutely right, because I don't think there is that kind of animosity between Rohit and Virat as much as there is between their two sets of supporters. They keep fighting, abusing, going after each other. I don't think they have. If you even heard them ever talk about it, you know that how much respect they have for each other, and they have been teammates. They've played under each other as captain, and I don't think you okay. They may not be 4 a.m. friends, but in the words of Ravichandran and Ashwin, nobody is.
Colleagues,
Everyone is a colleague, which I agree with that approach, which is fine. That doesn't mean they're enemies. The other thing is, I don't think anytime they have done anything to add fuel to the fire. They've not ever said anything on social media or personally or behaved in a way. Fans themselves have taken it upon themselves to be, the flag bearer of Club Rohit and Club Virat and fight against each other. I don't see this happening. So neither have they done it. I'm not denying that they would not want to do things to engage with a sponsor and all. That's fine. That's their own brand they have to build. But I don't think that brand gets built by fighting with someone. That brand gets built by their performances. Maybe to an extent now their styling and how they speak and all that. Okay, fine. But how does fan wars or fighting with a player help their brand? I don't think it does. So I don't think they even add fuel to that fire. That doesn't happen.
Okay.
GGK is addressed to you, Shane.
Says that if Hardik can be the next India captain after IPL win, then why not Sanju? Sanju's a better captain and no coaching setup like GG, Ponting, Nehra. Sanju's a better captain based on what? That's a very subjective statement, A. And B, the only reason I'm saying he can't be is because he's not a guaranteed member of the team yet. True. With Hardik, eyes closed, you are writing a white ball team, whether it be T20 or ODIs, Hardik Pandya's name when fit features there. Is the same for Sanju Samson? No, that's the only reason I don't agree that he can't be.
There's also a bracket in Hardik Pandya's name, 100% fitness.
Yeah,
which is usually not there. Yeah.
When it happens, he's there. We know that for a fact. With Sanju, there's no bracket. You don't know whether he's in the squad, whether he's going to be playing a different format. 11th was a dur ki baat. Put it that way.
Okay, Vignesh says a former cricketer said that Abhishek should be cautious at the start. Why does our country have this kind of mindset? The bigger the game, more safe we tend to go. I kind of agree with Vignesh's comment.
Yeah, because that is the mindset that has driven you to a point now where the bigger the game is, the more cautious you play. You'll play with
the fear of failure is more.
Yeah, and you continue, fearing failure, and the more you fear it, the more it finds you. Simple as.
Absolutely, and that's why I think the way Abhishek has played, I think he has the most number of runs for a batter who has not played more than 30 balls. I think that's
Maybe,
the thing
yeah,
with him.
yeah.
So I think if SRH have really given him the license to go for the kill, then why not?
And he's got a partner who plays fearless.
Yeah.
Travis Head. But yeah, even Travis Head is coming on the back of 2 ducks. So I don't think he'll change his mentality or aggressive approach. But then, okay, now the other argument that what the former cricketer alluded to, what if you lose 2 quick wickets in the quest for bad shots? Then you
Doesn't
can't
matter.
recover.
You still have to
Doesn't
play
matter.
that first.
See, last game they continued to play like that. They could have still got a big total. I like that.
Yeah.
Just few unlucky things that
Yeah.
happened to them should not happen. We take comments that are complimentary, but we must take comments that are critical of us as well. Take Prakash Jha's comment, please. He says, bizarre. I don't know how a team that has won 1 game in the last 6 and that almost got choked at the edge. You guys
Has the
ignored-
edge.
Yeah. Choked has the edge. You guys ignored SRH for same reasons before season as well. SRH is out and out favorite.
Wow.
No, but that's a fair comment, Prakash, that
Yeah.
you make. None. I don't think that there is one right answer, right? If it was a
Yeah.
one-sided game, then there would be no fun watching. I think what we said right at the start of our program was that it's a very close encounter. In fact, I'd said it's a 50-50 encounter. It's only after getting to know a bit about the pitch in the toss that we've gone in one side. But there's nothing to suggest that we'll be sitting 3 hours later and talking about maybe SRH winning. Who knows? As I said, even the bookmakers have given SRH that slight edge.
Correct.
Yeah, and none of us here are RR fans.
Yeah.
So we can't even be. It can't even be seen a case of a pink tinted bias or whatever. We just simply went for what we saw. It was analysis basis conditions and the toss. Simple as.
Exactly.
Yeah, we are just going by the conditions that we feel would be there at Chepauk.
And it's Trent Alexander-Bolt who's going to come in.
Okay, score prediction.
178 by SRH, but RR winning it.
Okay. 175
Another weapon.
and okay 175 and
Yeah,
RR
yeah,
winning
it
it.
is.
Yeah, obviously.
So
Yeah.
169.
And RR.
Yeah, we all picked RR.
We all
right?
picked RR. Yeah.
So that's a 4-1 conclusion.
Still thinking.
I'm going, 182
182.
Okay.
RR.
Though there is a breeze and it is overcast and showers are predicted for tomorrow.
SRH, Ashish Dar says RR win, SRH only get 155 for it.
Yeah. Oh. Is he off the mark?
Yes, he is.
Or was it a leg boy?
Okay, now we want to watch the game.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your company. Take care. Bye bye. See you mid innings.
See you mid innings. Bye bye. Nandri. Oh yes.
Yeah, you
He's
got
off the
right?
mark.